He is foul-mouthed, and he sometimes dresses like a penguin. He's also the biggest hit on YouTube right now. Emily Glazer is going to tell us who this gentleman is. Keep it clean, though. We are a family-friendly show.
Oh, I know, and it will take a lot to keep Ray William Johnson clean. He is one of the newest sensations on YouTube. He has more than 5 million people who regularly tune in to his twice-weekly video commentaries.
So he has a channel on YouTube.
He has a channel on YouTube. He's the most popular, rated by number of subscribers. So those are people who are tuning in for free to watch him. And he's very crude, foul-mouthed, ranting and raving videos.
What's not to love?
What is not to love?
Now, you did a lot of digging to sort of find out details about this guy, because he's not, despite the fact that he has this big following, he hasn't been very forthcoming. We're sort of looking at him right now with who he is. How old is he? What kind of details did you glean about him?
So he's actually 30 years old, even though a lot of media outlets have said he's 23. He is very media shy and reluctant to speak, especially when it comes to financials. And we are the Wall Street Journal.
Right.
We are going to mention that. It turns out, when I spoke with people familiar with the situation, that he makes more than $1 million a year. And that could even be a low estimate.
Is that ads? Is that paraphernalia?
Right. So he is a YouTube partner, which allows him to get a cut of the ad revenue. The most YouTube will say about that is that he's getting a majority. So that could be 50.1%.
Right.
We don't know. But what I did find from, again, people familiar with the situation, industry executives, is that they're finding for every 2 million views, you can expect to make anywhere between $2,000 and $9,000. To put that in perspective, Ray William Johnson, also known as Ray WJ, has north of 1.5 billion views. He also has merchandise. He sells apps. One is called Pimp My Hand.
I saw that on your phone.
And I'll leave it at that.
Right. Yeah, let's do leave it at that. Good digging on your part. I think what's amazing about this is it shows this whole new paradigm for how we can watch and who can become a brand. I mean, if you look at YouTube, which has all these channels now, in fact, the Wall Street Journal, we just yesterday launched a live channel on there where we have a lot of our content from Off Duty, as well as some of our other live shows. Another distribution channel that can bypass traditional media outlets.
Exactly. So what's so interesting about these YouTube stars, as we've been calling them, is that there tend to be people who may have started in their garage or their basements or their parents' house fooling around with a cheap video camera and making some small videos. And they're also known as vloggers, video bloggers. And what they're able to do is really connect with their audience using their personality or their brand, whatever it may be. With Ray, it's more crude and foul-mouthed. There's another one called Fred Figglehorn, which is a man named Lucas who has this high-pitched voice like he just sucked in a helium balloon. And he has a whole audience too. So they get their audience, and then many of them leverage that to other platforms.
What I think is so hard about this, this is different from what we're doing at the Journal, because we have sort of this entire network of people we can put on there. When you're one person and you're running this channel, it seems to me it would just basically consume your entire life, that you cannot be off for a minute, whether it's your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, putting up new content. It's you 24/7.
It's true, and I did ask them a lot, what are your hours like? I obviously know this isn't 9 to 5.
Right.
One of them joked and said, no, it's 5 to 9. They are working, in many cases, over 100 hours a week, because they have to put up, many of them need to put up consistent new videos.
Right.
And then if they do side projects, well, that's a whole other story. Some of them do corporate sponsorships where they do commercials. One, Freddie Wong, launched a Samsung phone. I mean, this is serious stuff.
It's a whole new world out there. Well, interesting guy, great story, good digging by you. You got to the bottom of it. Emily Glazer, thanks for being with us.